انا دلوقتي اقول لكم موقعي بالتحديد. هو فعلا ده جبل طارق، والحته اللي فوق دي هي اعلى منطقه، بس انا دلوقتي في اكتر منطقه جنوبيه في اوروبا كلها، او اخر نقطه من ناحيه الجنوب، او من ناحيه المضيق جبل طارق نفسه. انا على اخر حته في المضيق، يعني لو المضيق اهو انا في الحته دي، واللي هي اخر نقطه في اوروبا. في جولتنا اللي فاتت انا كنت بحاول استكشف جبل طارق من بره. المره دي هحاول استكشف جبل طارق من جوه، والكهوف المحفوره جوه جبل طارق. ومش بس كده، عندي رحله بحر ان انا اروح اصور الدلافين، ويا ريت اعرف اصورهم. في مضيق جبل طارق هنا اهوت، وفي الحته في اوروبا بوينت دي عندنا اكبر جامع واخر جامع في جنوب اوروبا، رغم ان في جوامع كتير في اوروبا، بس الجامع اللي ورايا ده كان هديه من الملك فهد بن عبد العزيز ملك السعوديه، الله يبارك له. بنى الجامع هنا للجالية الإسلامية اللي هنا، واللي هم حوالي 1000 نفر. بنى لهم جامع عشان يقدروا يصلوا فيه، ويتكلف 5 مليون جنيه استرليني. اخذ سنتين عشان يتبنى، وافتتحوه في 1997. اخر حته خلاص، بعد مني مفيش حد. فعلا البحر امامكم والعدو خلفكم، ويا تحاربوا يا تتطحنوا. يعني بمعنى اصح هو ده مضيق جبل طارق، وهي دي اللي قدامنا. الجبل اللي قدامي ده اللي انتم شايفينه ده جبل المغرب. والمغرب هنا اهوت، مش بس المغرب، جنب الجبل شويه في منخفض كده اهوت، وبعد كده جبل تاني صغير. المنخفض ده مدينه اسمها سوته. مدينه سوته دي مدينه في القاره الافريقيه بالظبط كده جوه المغرب، بس تحت الحكم الاسباني. سوته هي المدينه الاسبانيه اللي هي يعني ايه على الناحيه الثانيه، وجبل طارق تحت الحكم البريطاني. بس في مواصلات من هنا لاي حته، بس ما عدا المدينه دي، والمدينه دي في مواصلات منها لاي حته بس ما عدا جبل طارق. ليه؟ لان هم الاسبان متخانقين مع الانجليز على البلد دي، على الحته اللي انا واقف فيها دي. فازاي يعملوا مواصلات من جبل طارق لسوته؟ ازاي؟ قال لك لا مفيش مواصلات. فعشان تروح سوته من جبل طارق لازم تنزل وتروح المغرب تاني، وتاخد خطوط تانيه ملاحيه مش وقتها. المضيق ده خلى الناس تتحكم في سير السفن ويعرفوا ايه اللي بيحصل. وطبعا الفنار اللي وجوده هنا على اوروبا بوينت اخر نقطه، بس علشان يساعد كل السفن اللي كانت بتيجي تعدي من هنا. وخصوصا ان جبل طارق بتعتبر من اكتر المدن في العالم اللي فيها استراحات للمراكب. مراكب كتير بتقف تعمل ترانزيت هنا اهوت، زي ما قلت لكم عشان تمامهم زي ما قلت لكم من فوق، بس انا حبيت ابقى من تحت. خلونا ناخد شويه صور. جمعتنا ان احنا النهارده هنقابل كارل، واللي هو مرشد سياحي هنا اهوت وابن البلد. كارل, how you doing?
Hi, Miko.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I was wondering what you're going to show me for today.
Okay, look, today we have the Great Siege tunnels that we're going to visit. This is very interesting. It was done by hand in the 1782.
Wow.
Sledgehammers, picks, crowbars, and axes. Yes, by hand, okay. And it's a total length of 382 meters.
No.
We're going to go out to the sea.
I love surprises.
We're going out in a boat. We're going to see dolphins.
No
and
way.
you're going to get the spectacular views of the Rock of Gibraltar, because if you're out at sea, just imagine how spectacular you see the rock.
You see the whole rock from the back.
Exactly. What we're going to do now is the Great Siege. This is the most admirable one that Gibraltar has, and the most spectacular one. It was done by hand. It's the most historic one. It's the first one ever done. It was done in 1782. This is where you get an understanding of what this tunnel is about, yes? This is the north face of the rock. The Spanish were attacking this way, the British had to protect the rock this side. It's a sheer cliff out there, and the British didn't have space to put on guns to shoot out. So the notch was everything for them. They thought that placing a gun on top of the notch, they could shoot out. Now what happened? How do you place a gun on top of the notch?
Oh.
So they brought the gun up with a system of pulleys, and brought it as close as possible to the notch there, where we have left our vehicle, yeah? And then from here, the idea was to make a tunnel, place the gun on top, to shoot out.
Okay.
But as they started to do this tunnel, they started using gunpowder, soldiers started to suffocate, and they opened ventilation holes. You got one of them there. And then is when they realized that the ventilation hole could be a perfect gun emplacement. Look, a mark of a pick. You see? You got another mark of a pick there. You got another mark of a pick there. It's full of it. It was done by hand.
Wow, this is incredible. I can see the sea from here, but I'm trying, it's too light outside, I can't take the picture. But what is it here?
Okay, this, if you notice, the tunnel comes in a direction, and look what happened.
Okay.
In those days, they didn't have GPSs. Yes? So obviously they were digging, and they started to go the wrong way. And obviously they realized, once that they opened up that hole, that they were going to go out. They must have got a soldier tying up with ropes, stick him out there. The soldier from there saw the notch and said the notch is further down. And that's why the tunnel here gets a redirection and goes now towards the notch.
So that was the wrong hole.
This is wrong.
Okay, let's go to the right one.
Let's go to the right.
To the top notch. And this is St. George Hall.
Exactly, St. George's Hall.
Okay, so here we are in the notch now.
We're under the notch, exactly.
Under the notch. Inside the notch.
Exactly.
Not on top like they intended to.
No, this now, look at this. One gun on the top, 7 guns here now. This was 7 times more effective than what they had planned.
So they wanted 1, now they have 7, and actually it takes more. That would have happened in the fire, yeah?
Exactly.
This guy would have ordered these guys to fire. Okay. Yes. And it would have happened the same process. Now they can actually have more people running all these 7 guns.
Exactly, 7 guns, 7 different angles, much more effective.
Of course, like kind of 360,
exactly.
kind of.
Exactly.
But if there was on top of the notch only 1 person, and he would be exposed to the air.
1 person exposed to the air, 1 team, gun has to be moved if you have to fire. These guns now are all stationed, all at different angles, so that's it.
You don't need to move anything.
Exactly.
Look, we're gonna take selfie with you now. So maybe at your time there was no selfie, but now there is. So let's take it now.
We'll go up.
They shoot with guns, I shoot with camera. They do destruction, I do photography. دلوقتي احنا هنا عند تنل تاني او نفق تاني جوه الجبل وجوه الصخر، ودلوقتي معمول معرض للحرب العالميه الثانيه، وانا داخل دلوقتي عشان اكتشف، وبيقول لك ان هنا في حكايه صور، فهمتوا؟ الصور هنا من ايام الحرب العالميه الثانيه بتحكي التاريخ وبتحكي اللي حصل. جوه. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm doing quite good.
Good to see you, Miko. Nice to meet you.
Kaylan.
Kaylan.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Well, where do we begin? Right, normally...
Where do we begin? That's a great word to start.
Right, okay, so there are 54 kilometers of tunnels in the map, and as part of the tour we only do a small part of those, but the map actually only shows about half of the tunnels on the inside of the rock. There are a lot of tunnels that aren't shown. Quite close to where we are, if we go all the way in and we turn right, we reach to this part here, and the 6 big rooms, these are the 6 big accommodation rooms for the workers that were based on the inside. And if you were to follow down that way, you'd eventually come down the hill, as you can see here. you reach a flight of steps and you reach the internal hospital. Now that's one of 3 internal hospitals that were being built. So you have a second internal hospital here, and the third one was being built in St. Michael's Cave, but it never got finished before the end of the war. So that one never got used. But during the Second World War, you had 2 internal hospitals being used, as well as the 2 outdoor hospitals. But these hospitals were dedicated towards the army and the military that were based here, essentially because there was not much of a Gibraltarian population on the rock, and this is because they got evacuated very quickly early on. The main use of the tunnels would have been to provide a bunker system for the local population, for about 16,000 people, but the way that World War II panned out, they actually decided to evacuate them, like I said. So 3/4 of them got taken over to French Morocco, but very quickly they got moved to London, and then the last quarter got split between Malta, Madeira, Northern Ireland, and the most lucky of them got to go to Jamaica. The majority of the Gibraltarians actually stayed in places that got bombed worse than Gibraltar did, but the risk with Gibraltar wasn't a bombing, but it was an invasion attempt, yeah?
This is shooting from the mountain?
No. Okay, so you see this? This is during the celebration when capitulation of Italy, right? So the main bombings that Gibraltar took were from the Italians. We only got 2 bombings from the German, and we got several bombings from the Vichy French. But the main bombings we got from the Italians. So when the Italians capitulated, there was big celebrations here. What you can see here are searchlights, right? And in England, it was common for after 9 or 10 o'clock, all the lights in the city would be taken off. And the idea was that you had to hide the city from the air raids.
Yes.
Right? But it's very difficult to hide the rock of Gibraltar. So we had to turn it on its head. We fitted loads of lights onto the rock, and we ourselves would look for the planes instead.
Okay.
Right? So that's what you're seeing in that picture there, yeah?
So that here just to spot them where they come from.
We were looking for the planes as they were coming in.
Yeah, it's reflection because you can't see them in the dark normally.
That's it. Right, so ahead of us you got several photos, but these have been very specifically selected, and you've got to understand the circumstances under which they were produced, right? So it's important you understand from the very beginning that they are 1940s military propaganda. So each of the photos have been very carefully selected. You've got your surgeon's ward, you've got your accommodation, you've got your medicine cabinet, you've got your storage, and you can see them as well having fun playing games on the inside. This is where you really realize this propaganda. Unlike these 2 photos, this one you can see your nurses are just watching your workers. Yeah. You can understand the situation's a bit exaggerated, but my favorite one is this photo where they're playing cards. It makes you forget that they're working 16 hours a day of manual labor. So you can imagine that it wouldn't have been quite this nice, and especially the bedrooms. We know from their hygiene conditions that they were very bad, right? And they had rationed water as well as rationed food, so they wouldn't have had very, very good conditions on the inside. They were being given 2 weekly saltwater showers. So there's 5,000 men, and they're not even showering in fresh water, and on top of that they're hot bunking, so they're sharing their beds between each other. So you can see from these kind of rooms, the size of them, there would have been about 300 men asleep in each of these rooms, like I said before, because you got the rest of the guys working. And obviously you can imagine, if you listen closely, you can hear the droplets of water falling on the Nissan huts. It would have driven everyone crazy because it's constant. But then you have to remember that the noise of the drilling is also happening all the time. So it would have been quite troubling to get to sleep on the inside here. This is a hospital exhibition, but the room in fact was the accommodation. The trouble is that I can't take you to the hospital, so that's why they put this exhibition in this room.
حلو جدا ان انا اجي اخد هنا رحله استكشافيه لوحدي، ان انا اقدر اشوف كل الاماكن اللي كانوا عايشين ازاي، كانوا عايشين في الجبل، لان صعب جدا الناس تبقى في رطوبه بالدرجات دي، وخصوصا في ميه جوه الكهف، والكهف على طول ساعه 16 درجه مئويه درجه الحراره، وخصوصا كان في هنا على طول حفر وصوت الميه وصوت حاجات اكيد كان بالنسبه للعساكر دول كانوا بيتجننوا من صوت، من كل حاجه بتحصل حواليهم. يعني هنا المفروض المكان ده كان فيه 300 نفر، 300 نفر كانوا بيناموا في المكان ده جنب بعضيهم.
Impressive set of tunnels, especially under the circumstances, the pressure, so many men that were involved, you know. But you take the whole of the tunnels as an entirety, and it's really a city on the inside of the rock at the same time as on the outside.
Man,
Enjoyed that?
That was amazing.
Enjoy the tunnels?
I enjoyed it,
Yes.
and I love the fact that they are like just 300 years ago, or World War War, which is a few years ago, like 60 years or whatever. But this bad boy, like this little castle, like behind us, how long or how many years?
This is the first construction of this rock.
First construction.
This is the first thing that was ever done in this rock, okay? This was done in the year 1303 by the Moors. They did the fortification, yes?
You can see the remains,
you can see the remains
ruins
going
as well.
down,
Yeah.
because really it's a castle, but now it's not a castle. What remains is a tower, and that is because of the wars of the Moors and the Spanish. First the Moors from Morocco, then the Spanish, then the Moors, and then the Spanish.
Guys, nothing will happen, all right? But just on a health and safety feature, should anything happen, we got the life jackets under the seats, all right? But not to worry, the sea's calm. It's a very safe boat.
دلوقتي انا مستني اصور دولفين، وانتم متصورين انا لما اصور دولفين ويبقى معاه صوره دولفين وصوره قرد وصوره طاير هيبقوا معايا هنا في الكاميرا بتاعتي دي حبيبتي دي، وابقى انا خدت صور غريبه كده اهوت. انا مستني، هم عاده بيطلعوا ساعات او ساعات لا. فاحنا هنا عند المحيط الاطلنطي في 3 خلجان بيعيشوا فيهم 3 انواع من الدلافين، وانا مستني واحد فيهم يطلع ابوس ايده، يطلع اخد له صوره يخش ينام تاني. المشكلة مش عليا بس، المشكلة ان حتى الفريق لاقيين صعوبة ان هم يصوروا، والكاميرات اللي معانا لاقيين صعوبة ان احنا نصور الدولفين، لان دي حاجة يعني مش بإرادتنا، مش هتقول الدولفين يطلع هيطلع للأسف، بس المفروض تبقى قاعد ومستني وانت ورزقك. اهو يا دي ده اوه خلي بالك. ماي جادنس، دي عمالين بيطلعوا من كل حته، بيطلعوا من كل حته، انا مش عارف هم فين، بس بيطلعوا من كل حته وعمالين بحاول امسكهم مش لاقيهم. انا مبسوط قوي قوي قوي، اخيرا قدرت ان انا اجيب شويه دلافين وشفتهم كده وكانوا بيعوموا حوالينا كده اهوت، وهم كان الاول كانوا بياكلوا ما عرفناش نجيبهم، بس دلوقتي هم مع اي موجه بتلاقيهم بيطلعوا بيتنططوا كده اهوت وبيلعبوا زي ما انا جاي بلعب معاهم. بيوصل لنفق، والنفق ده بيوصل في الاخر مخرج من هنا في الجبال، كهف صغير، واللي هو في حاله الطوارئ القاده الكبار بس اللي بياخدوا وكده ويهربوا، والباقي الله يرحمه بقى. أنا جاي النهارده في بيت حد من الناس اللي عايشين في جبل طارق النهارده، وعشان يعرفني ازاي الكرنتيكة بتتعمل، او هي الطبق الرسمي لجبل طارق، وخصوصا ان الناس دولت ولا عندهم استيراد ولا عندهم تصدير ولا عندهم انتاج محلي خالص من ناحيه الزراعه او من الناحيه الاخرى، فكل حاجه كانت بتجيلهم كانوا بيستوردوها من بره. فانا عايز اعرف زمان لما ما كانش الاستيراد سهل زي دلوقتي، الناس دي كانت بتاكل ايه؟ تعالوا نشوف. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
So a little bit about the dish. What is it made from chickpeas, yeah?
From chickpeas.
Just chickpeas, yeah?
That's all it is.
Chickpeas.
This is the powder that you saw.
Okay.
Ground chickpeas. Garbanzos.
Hummus, yeah.
Hummus, that's
Yeah,
right.
That's hummus.
Exactly.
So chickpeas are done on oil and that's it.
Oil, water, salt and pepper.
And that was the main dish for the Gibraltarian for a long time.
Yes, this
They
has been
survived
the
on that.
main dish.
It's the
Because it
base.
was cheap and it's got carbohydrate.
Yes.
It had oil, which you need as a mineral,
Yeah.
the salt and the pepper and the water. The word calentita means nice and warm.
Okay.
I think it really comes from keeping your tummy nice
Yeah.
and warm,
Yeah.
especially in the winter when it's cold.
Now let's enjoy calentita with one of the best and the most important person for me in the whole of Gibraltar, the Masillo family.
Don't worry about the floor. When the dog comes, he'll clean the floor.
Okay. Wow, it's very nice actually. Considering it's very, very, very basic,
Very basic.
but it's super nice. I love the salt and
Pepper.
It's just giving it the right flavor.
Yeah.
And I never thought I would take like a hummus pie. Yeah, that's what I would call it, hummus pie. There is not a better way to end my Gibraltar tour. And actually, I'm so happy that I'm ending it in the Masillo family, in the Masillo house. Thanks to Carl, thanks to you. And I don't know what would I do without you. And that's the reason I choose to stay. And I choose you guys to go. ومن احلى الحاجات اللي عجبتني في جبل طارق ان انا قدرت اخد صورة لجميع الحيوانات اللي موجودة في جبل طارق، ايا كانت جوية برية او بحرية.